Hey, good evening. It's really amazing to have you guys here. My name is Daniel, I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we're going to be reacting to Pentatonix's rendition of Hallelujah. So this is one that I've heard a very long time ago, and when I fell off of the a cappella train several years ago, I haven't really heard it since, but I remember how it made me feel, which was just very warm and just in general awe of it. So I'm really excited just to listen to it again and to just recall some of the really beautiful elements that I remember there being. I don't specifically remember what those things are, because again, I just remember how it made me feel, but overall, I'm just really excited to jump back into it, and I hope you guys are too. So without further ado, let's just jump into it.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
Chills, dude.
Hallelujah.
Oh, nice.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Ooh, dude.
Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah.
Magic, dude.
Hallelujah.
Oh, these chords, they're so tight.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you, and I've seen your flag on the marble arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah.
Yeah! Oh, beautiful.
But all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear tonight.
Oh, these chords.
Somebody who's seen the light. It's a chord and it's a broken hallelujah.
Oh, dude. Oh, this echo! Oh, dude. gosh, dude. That was gorgeous, man. I faintly remember having an experience where I had lost an acquaintance I knew back in college, and it hurt me, but it hurt so many others around me as well due to a motorcycle accident. And I remember driving past the accident scene one day, just a couple weeks later, and it was on a public road, and I was just driving through it, and every time that I do drive through it, because it's close to me, it's a very poignant feeling. So I remember one day I was driving down that road, and the sky was very reminiscent of it was in the video, where it was very cloudy, but there was just very visible beams of light incandescently radiating from the sun, piercing through the clouds. And I was thinking about this song at that time, and that's a memory that I haven't thought about since then. Oh man, I wasn't expecting this feeling of catharsis after listening to that, but it does bring back, yes, poignant memories, but also really beautiful memories. So I love the fact that music is not only capable of that, but I love the fact that you can have something as emotionally pungent as this kind of music is. Not just in terms of the piece, but the way it was executed. Pentatonix did such an amazing job. And I'm really excited just to scrutinize it and identify what it is that I actually love about it. So let's just do that.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord.
Just in that opening phrase, you hear Scott coming in with this very slight crack in his voice, just kind of like an "I heard," where it's not fully vocalized, it's not fully powerful like it will be later. It's more like like you're walking on eggshells, very cautious, very benign approach. And there's just nothing else happening. It's just that approach. And most great pieces, you have to start off very small. And when you start off very tenderly in order to grow into something much bigger, to show this incredible polarizing sensation, that was really well executed because it is mostly vocalized. It's just very tiny instances of that specific approach that creates the tonal theme of the piece. Love it. Very emotional, very heavy.
But you don't really care, and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care.
And that was such a good intro to the chorus underneath him, or the harmonies underneath him. It was just right in the center of the pitch, very soft. It didn't lead in like that emotional approach of having that kind of fry into vocalizing. It was just right in the middle of the pitch. It was vocalized beautifully, and it's not their role to be emotional in this moment. It's Scott's, since he's the leading vocalist. So to have just something very grounding and something much more comforting is very beautiful.
And it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for me.
Oh, and it just flows just... Yeah, it just flows from note to note. Nothing feels choppy or cut. It's just very smooth, very silky.
Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this.
Oh, what a great
the
bass.
fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
Oh, just that bass, just fully rounding out everything. Just... Oh, yeah, it just gives you chills, dude. Love it.
Composing hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So full.
Hallelujah.
And the fact that Kevin is singing too, just really rounding out these chords, adding everything that you can, making the most of 5 people. It's incredible.
Hallelujah.
Nice arpeggios or broken chords here.
Well, your faith was strong.
And this transition from Avi's da da dum 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 da 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 dum, and immediately going into Scott's, where it's the exact same vocal line of And it just sounds so seamless. Like, let's listen to that again.
Well, your faith
Oh,
was
it's so
strong,
good.
but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty.
But if you listen closely, you can actually hear that it is Scott's timbre doing that, and it's really nice.
In the moonlight overthrew you.
Oh, just the way that they're phrasing it just carries you. And it's mainly done not just through the breath and through the way that they actually just carry the cadences themselves through ooh instead of ooh. There's just a tremendous amount of dynamic within the cadences themselves, not just throughout the entirety of the piece and structures, but just within musical phrases. There's just and just being able to play with that, it's wonderful.
She tied you to the kitchen chair. She broke your throat and she cut your hair. And from her lips she drew the hallelujah.
Oh my gosh.
Hallelujah.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Hallelujah.
So cohesive.
Hallelujah.
Oh, it's gorgeous, dude.
Hallelujah.
It's a gentle percussion. Get into the groove of it.
Oh, baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew.
And Kirsten's understanding of her phrase right here, where it's, I used to live alone. Like, this is a very solemn song, but particularly a very solemn verse right here. And just to be able to take that musical phrase and just turn it into a lament. The other vocalists were just more or less just saying their verse in a very flow-like state, but this feels so much more emotionally tied, just in terms of, I used to live alone before, instead of, I used to live alone before. But this is just, it's not just musically connected, but you can feel that emotional tug on your heartstrings just in that one musical choice of tightening your voice ever so slightly, tightening the air that comes through, and controlling that dynamic shift on that one particular slide that connects the entire phrase. It's gorgeous.
I used to live alone before
Yeah.
I knew you. And I've seen your flag on the marble arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Maybe there's a God
Chills,
above,
dude.
but all
Beautifully
I've
arranged.
ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody.
Ooh, I like that too. Is how to shoot somebody. Just closing that M. Using that M as fuel to propel right into body. To shoot somebody who out. In comparison to just holding on to the vowel, where it would be to shoot somebody. It just doesn't connect like the rest of the piece connects, where if you actually hold specific consonants, you can use that closed consonant as energy to fuel into not just upcoming cadences, but to fuel upcoming syllables, upcoming notes within the structure of the cadence. Very, very small details that just contribute so much to the refined aesthetic of the piece, and I love it so much.
There's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love
Nice bass intro too.
Somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear tonight.
Oh, and I love cry. And it's not a cry. It's not a cry, but it's not a cry. And it just cuts off very end with the E. And it just uses that momentum right into the next word.
And it's not a cry that you hear tonight.
Yeah.
It's not somebody who's seen the light
Oh yeah. It's not somebody. Just having that fall off. Oh, so good, dude.
that you hear tonight. It's not somebody who's seen the light.
Ah.
Lord, and it's a broken hallelujah.
Oh yeah. Oh, what a great echo. Oh, gorgeous accent. Just incredible. Just amazing. You just have these voices that are so distinct from each other that can come together in such beautiful majesty. It feels preeminent when you listen to this song. It just evokes certain emotions through the piece, depending on if you're able to connect well with the core of the song alongside the way that it's executed. Just gorgeous. I remember a long time ago I had a discussion about this piece with a colleague of mine, and there were two renditions of this piece that we really, really loved. One was this one, and the other that they preferred more of was Jeff Buckley's version, which is much more raw. It feels much more connected to from artist to individual, where this one feels much more epic. It feels much more connected through voice and through music, where that one feels much more connected through human beings, through individuals, where a person is just exposing their heart with their voice and their guitar, where this feels much more we are connecting through the music. We are connecting through the piece. And whether or not you want to connect with another person as an individual or connect with others through music is a subjective personal preference. But ultimately, I find this piece to just be magnificent. The way that they approached all of the very minor details in terms of not just their phrasing, but the way that they closed consonants, the way that they elongated certain vowels and played around with dynamics to see what fit, what didn't fit. And the fact that they all breathe together at certain points in the song to show this cohesiveness as a group, it's just remarkable. It really is. Even on their echoes, you notice specific areas in the beat where they're all just breathing, and you just notice that they're just completely cohesive in the entirety of the song from start to finish. It was just magic. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments. I do read all of the comments, even if I may not heart or reply to all of them. So please just know that your comments do not go unnoticed, and I do take them into consideration as I make future videos. I really do appreciate all of you being here. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.